So this is shelf number
12.
12. More horror movies.
Yep, back in the horror movies.
All right.
Or rather, still in the horror movies.
Hey, I like watching people die horribly, which makes me sound like a very horrible human being now. Anyway, moving on.
We got Unfriended.
Which I haven't watched yet, but I do want to see it because it's not technically a found footage movie, but it is shot from the perspective of the cam in everybody's laptop. It should be good.
I like the idea of modern day horror movie using modern technology.
Social media.
Mm-hmm.
Social media is scary enough as is.
We have The Purge: Anarchy.
Yeah, which I've heard if you wanted a new Punisher movie, a Marvel's Punisher movie, this is definitely the movie you need to see. Much better than the original one. So.
All the Boys Love Mandy Lane.
This is kind of a messed up movie. Amber Heard's first real big role. I don't really know what to say about it. It sat on a shelf for a long time. It only got a release because she became a big star. Now, the movie I lucked into. This is Dario Argento's Suspiria. Sorry. This movie is known for its lighting, its color, its music, the music score. This is actually the South Korean edition Blu-ray that I got off Amazon on back order for $3 shipped to me. Brand new. It was a mistake on Amazon. It was supposed to be, I think, $30. I just happened to catch it right at the right moment and scooped it up. It went on back order and I waited like 6 weeks for it, but it finally came and it looks amazing on Blu-ray. This is one of the best horror movies ever made. Especially the person who plays the bad guy in that movie, because it's a witch movie. And it was a 90-year-old former prostitute. Anyway, we have a four-pack of Final Destinations. 1, 2, and 3 are pretty good. 4 stinks. I haven't seen 5 yet.
My favorite is the second one.
Yeah, my favorite is definitely the second one. 5, I've actually seen the end. No, wait, I have seen 5. That's the one with the twist ending at the end that I actually kind of figured out. But it's actually well done. The Prophecy series, there's 5 movies set. There's actually 4 movies on one disc, and then 1 movie on a single disc. It's 1, 3, 4, and 5 are on one disc, and then 2 is on a separate disc for some strange reason. They didn't have the rights to the second movie, so they actually had to acquire the rights and put it out there because they had a 4-disc or a 4-film set that just had 1, 3, 4, and 5 on it. But Christopher Walken as an angel who falls from heaven. Hey, it's Christopher Walken anyway. He's gonna be crazy. But here's a double pack of 13 Ghosts and House of Wax, which House of Wax is a lot better than most people remember, because everybody remembers, it's the movie where Paris Hilton dies, and it's actually a decent, scary movie with some pretty gory scenes in it.
And it had Jared Padalecki in it.
Yes, and Elisha Cuthbert. Cuthbert? Yeah.
Then we got The Messengers. It's got Kristen Stewart.
Which, once again, they have to be in a horror movie before you can become a big star.
Then we have Shudder.
Which is another it's a remake of an Asian horror film. I want to say it might be taken from a video game called Fatal Frame, but I'm not sure about that. That could just be speculation on my part. And then we have From Dusk Until Dawn 1 and 2. There is a 3rd movie and a TV show now. The first one is just classic, really. It seems like a heist movie where they're just trying to get away, and then all of a sudden, vampires! This is Let Me In. This is actually the remake of Let the Right One In. Not too bad. Another vampire film, though.
It's got Chloe Grace Moretz.
She plays the vampire. Look, Blood, The Last Vampire. I accidentally ordered this off Amazon. I was checking it out and accidentally hit the Buy It Now function. Haven't watched it yet, though. But it does look good. It's a schoolgirl killing vampires.
Or vampires.
Blade.
Blade.
Yep. Probably the first successful comic book movie that had a darker tone. Blade 2. I like this one better than the first one.
This was my favorite.
Yeah. Blade 3, which is actually less about Blade and more about Ryan Reynolds and Jessica Alba's characters.
Mm-hmm.
Wesley Snipes didn't really want to make this movie, so there was a lot of tension on set.
Yeah, he kind of phoned it in, but the other two carried the movie.
Yeah. Well, and actually his problem, because he loves the character of Blade, his problem was there was so much emphasis on the other characters and the comedy, which he never saw Blade as a comic character.
No, he's
Yeah.
not a funny character anyway.
Yeah. He did. Let's just say that Wesley Snipes and Ryan Reynolds won't be starring in any other movies together.
Oh, well, that's kind of sad.
Well, not really. Wesley Snipes just got out of prison last year. And the classic Buffy the Vampire Slayer. This is the movie that inspired the TV show.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, Joss Whedon wrote this movie, but hated the direction of it so much that he walked off set halfway through making it.
Wow.
So, the TV show is more... There was not supposed to be a happy ending to that movie. Now, this is a vampire movie, even though it's got that stupid Twilight-looking case on it, cover.
Mm-hmm.
This is a vampire movie.
I have a problem with the twist ending.
The vampire cure.
Yeah, the vampire cure.
Yeah, that was crappy. But Bill Pullman, his character in that movie was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely check out Near Dark. I, Frankenstein. This movie is It's also brought to the producers of Underworld, just like The Coven was. It's a cash-in trying to become the new Underworld. I actually enjoyed this movie for how terrible it was. I thought Aaron Eckhart was actually really good in it. Bill Nighy is in it as the bad guy, as he was in Underworld. And Yvonne Strahovski is in it as a scientist.
Yvonne Strahovski.
Strahovski. I never pronounced her name. She was Sarah in the show Chuck.
Yep.
That movie sat on the shelf for about 2 years before it was finally released. Speaking of Underworld, we have the trilogy box set. This is the first box set we ever bought for Blu Ray.
There's a first.
Underworld. Yep. Good vampire versus... Actually, the third one. Rise of the Lycans, the prequel. And then which is my favorite. I really enjoy that one.
Okay. And then this one isn't in the box set, but it's part of the set.
Yeah, this is Underworld Awakening. This is the fourth movie, which had super werewolves in it. And...
A daughter.
They are currently making a fifth movie right now, and truthfully, I can't wait. I really like the Underworld series. I'm
looking forward to it.
And vampires. Now, this is a trilogy. The first one is almost a perfect vampire movie from the 80s. The Lost Boys. And if nobody gets the reference, it's the Lost... They're young forever. These are Peter Pan's troupe type thing. But it's great.
This one.
Priest.
This was fun.
Yeah, it's an underrated action vampire film. But you have to kind of forget about vampires as you know them, because in this movie, they're a separate creature on their own. And there's only one person as a vampire that we know them as. And Paul Bettany kicks a ton of ass.
Oh yeah, he's awesome.
Mm-hmm. Then we have the Dracula movies. This is...
Dracula 2000.
Yeah, Wes Craven presents Dracula. And if you watch Dracula 2000, the guy who plays Dracula is...
Gerard Butler.
Yeah. So that's pretty funny to me.
Here's a different type of vampire.
Mm-hmm. Look more like Piranha. But this idea of being stuck in the dark for 30 days is...
Scary.
Scary enough. And then you add vampires to it in the cold.
Hunting you in the dark.
Yeah. And then here's 30 Days of Night, Dark Days. This one is actually set, I believe, in New Orleans, and takes the character from the first movie, the wife character, and she's looking for revenge against all vampires. My Xbox is trying to cool down over here.
Okay. Then one of my favorites, Queen of the Damned, based on the
Anne Rice novel.
Version of vampires.
Mm-hmm.
And then we also have Interview with the Vampire, same thing.
Yeah. Really young Antonio Banderas in that movie.
The idea that you can't change, you can't even cut your hair to blend in, is so different.
It's a different take on being a vampire.
Yeah.
It's not that you can live forever, you're stuck.
You're stuck forever. Okay. Then on to Afterlife. This one has Christina Ricci, Justin Long, and Liam Neeson.
Yeah. Liam Neeson is kind of creepy in this movie. I don't really know what else to say about it. You should check it out, though. I had a good time with it. There is an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie in the horror section. This is End of Days. This is a really dark Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. It's set in 1999, and the devil has come back to Earth to end the world. And Arnold Schwarzenegger plays an alcoholic bodyguard. And he's trying to protect. He actually saves the devil at one time, and then he tries to protect the girl the devil is after. It's actually, people crap on it, but it's good. It's really good.
Well, you have to get past the fact that it's Arnold Schwarzenegger not in an action movie.
Well, I mean, it's still an action movie, but...
Okay. We got Tales from the Crypt present Demon Knight.
Yeah, this is one of my favorites. This is Billy Zane at his Billy Zaniest. It's also got William Sadler in it. It's also got a very young Jada Pinkett Smith, who's just Jada Pinkett in this movie. It's just too fun. When I found out that Scream Factory was releasing on Blu Ray, I paid the full price for that sucker. Because I had to get it.
Brandon Roth.
Yeah, in Dylan Dog, Dead of Night. This has got horror elements to it. It takes place in a world of werewolves and vampires and zombies and other creatures, but it's not really scary.
It's more comedy.
Yeah, it's got some definite comedy elements to it. This is Spawn, based off of, obviously, the comic book. Unfortunately, this is a much watered-down version of what the movie was supposed to be.
And one of my favorite, Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah, Tim Burton, again, not having an original idea, but this movie had a nice, creepy, gothic vibe to it.
Mm-hmm.
It was really well done. It's kind of funny to me that they had to shoot this movie in England because they couldn't get the feel of upstate New York in the United States. So it was basically, that one was, how many times can Tim Burton spray Johnny Depp in the face with blood? We have
Frozen.
Adam Green's Frozen. This is just, the idea of this movie is scary. The being stuck on a ski lift and then forgotten about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a ski resort near our house that it's too scary.
Yeah, it's a very scary idea.
Okay. We got The Wolfman,
which is a remake of the classic 1930s Wolfman. Once again, Anthony Hopkins proving that he is trying to be in every horror movie he can possibly be, because alone he's creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, it's not a very good movie.
We got The American Werewolf in London,
which is a good movie. This is the movie that had the first werewolf transformation on screen, and it was well done and painful to watch.
And we got Mimic.
This is the Mimic trilogy, actually, and the first one is the director's cut. And I want to say that this is a... What the hell is he? He's the guy who directed Hellboy and Pacific Rim. It'd be up here, honey.
There it is. Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah. His giant bug movie, really, is what that is. And this is the 35th anniversary pack of Alien. It's got a I think those are art cards inside.
Art cards, I think.
But I got this on sale at Walmart for $7.88. It was in their dump bin. Maybe 3 weeks after it came out. Probably because it was just the same copy of Alien. It is right there. Alien.
And then Aliens.
And Aliens, which is more of an Jim Cameron's action version. Good movie. I enjoyed that one more than the first one. Alien vs. Predator, which I don't understand how you can take two R-rated movies and become PG-13. The trying to make up for it, this is Alien vs. Predator Requiem. Is this the sequel?
I don't think so.
Oh.
I think this is just Alien vs. Predator. Oh, no, we had it backwards.
Okay.
This one was the Requiem.
Right, which is making up for the fact that the first one was...
Which was this one.
Yeah.
We got them out of order. I'll fix it
PG-13.
right now. There we go.
And of course we have the classic Predator with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Predator 2, which I really enjoyed. Some people don't like. I thought Danny Glover was good in this movie. And Predators, A Planet.
I actually like that one.
Yeah, I did too. The sword fight, the guy who took on one of the Predators with a samurai sword. That's some serious balls. And he killed him, but it cost him his life. But it's still good. Okay, hold on. We're going to have to shift backwards just a little bit. There we go.
Okay. And then we got...
John Carpenter's The Thing. The best remake ever made. And then the prequel that just came out. This is The Thing. They also call it The Thing. What I don't understand about this movie is they spent a ton of money on practical effects. Making it everything, just like John Carpenter did. And then what did they do? They decided to, instead of having the practical effects, they went in and put digital effects over every single one of them.
They kind of wasted that one, didn't they?
Yeah. I don't understand why they would do that. I'm hoping one day that maybe they'll release a cut that has just the practical effects in them. But I doubt it.
One of my favorite horror movies, Species. She's sexy, she's creepy. She will kill you.
Yeah, while she's having sex with you.
Yeah.
Sharknado. And just like the cover said, enough said.
We got Sharknado 2. Shark happens.
Oh,
I like the subtitle, the second one.
I don't know what to say about these movies.
That's why we're not saying, we're just showing. Sharknado 3. Oh, hell no.
And they are actually making a fourth one as we speak.
We're having too much fun with that.
Here's the fun fact. The guy who directed the Cinema Snob movie, which if you haven't checked out the Cinema Snob movie, check it out. The guy who directed that movie is in the second and third one. He is friends with the director of those movies.
Then we have Shark Night.
I actually enjoyed this movie. The premise is stupid, but definitely not the worst movie of the year like most people claim. I liked it. I mean, it's no Jaws, obviously, and it's PG-13. But I thought it was good.
Speaking of Jaws.
Classic.
Dun-dun, dun-dun.
Oh, look!
Makes me not go into the ocean.
That's because you're a mountain dweller.
If I can't see the bottom, I ain't getting in.
That's for sure. And poor Bruce gets too much crap.
Oh, I've seen Bruce.
Bruce is the shark.
Bruce is the shark.
And here is Piranha. This is a remake. This movie is just blood and boobs, and I don't know. It's fun though. Jerry O'Connell's great line, "They ate my penis," right before he dies. This is the 4-pack of the Tremors movies.
You see the 4 there on the back cover?
Yeah. I actually personally enjoyed 2 the best. But there is a 5th one now, and there's a talk of a TV show. So, which is kind of funny, because Kevin Bacon said he'd be interested in doing the TV show, but he had previously said that Tremors was probably the lowest point in his career. Which is sad. I thought it was a good creature feature. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. This is if you take a lot of imagination and a little bit of money, you can make a great movie. And that's what this is. It's aliens that happen to be clowns. So there's two things that are very creepy. And yeah, it's fun. It's just fun. Chernobyl Diaries. This isn't quite a found footage movie, but it has that feel to it. And they called this a box office bomb, which I don't understand why. This movie was made for $1 million and made $30 million in return. So it made 30 times its budget. It's got, if you watch it once and you don't see a lot of stuff, watch it again. There's a lot of little details that make it much creepier once you see it again.
And then the last one for shelf number 12. As above, so below.
I enjoyed this movie. Like I said, I'm not a found footage fan, but this movie was really good. I'm claustrophobic, and this movie delivered that feeling. Yeah,
the creep factor is there.
And it's also the first film that ever had permission to film in the catacombs under Paris. The catacombs are, 200 miles? Or some ungodly amount of miles full of human remains. 6 million people are down there. So.
Okay, so we will be back in a minute with shelf number 13.